Hello and welcome back to Jesse's Vintage Garage, and in this video we are going to carry on from the last segment we had made, part 18, putting the cylinder block on and fitting the rings. But in this video we had to take it back off, and we're going to go over why we had to take it back off and go from there. So here we are, we got the cylinder block off the bike already, and we had made a mistake, and we caught it in the video. Couple subscribers had talked about it, and it has to do with our exhaust tappets. Now, we took the stuff. I'm just going to do a little talking here about this, and I'm going to go into detail why. So we had took this apart when we originally pulled the motor apart and put it in a bag, marked it, and all that great stuff, according to how it came apart. And usually when you work on stuff, you put it back the way you take it apart. But technically, somebody had been into this bike and they put it together wrong, and we turned around and put it together wrong as well. And so it's not funny, but it's a situation that we're learning from, and we're maybe going forward we'll not underestimate anything. We'll try not to anyway. So what I'm getting at is the tappets here for the exhaust are the only ones that have holes in them, and they're go ahead and you can talk about what's going on.
This hole here in that little channel is a timed to feed from this hole that the oil pump pushes oil, and it feeds to there. And there in this tappet block, there's a groove all the way around, so oil goes in it and it goes around it, and the holes are on the outside. And I knew that. I don't know what I was thinking when I put it together, and the oil holes were in the center. And I just left it that way.
So when this gets rotated around by the cam, they only feed as soon as the hole lines up with the other.
Now, I don't want to mix these up, but if you look in there on the outside edges, you'll see holes.
Yeah, the outer part right here, that little
spot. See that hole?
That's the feed hole to this.
Okay, so what has to happen is this has got to line up. Okay, so what's got to happen here is this here notch with the hole in it's got to be to the outside. So we're going to make sure. See, the hole is on the outside now. It goes in. This one is going in there. Now these are on the same size as they were. Well, unfortunately we're going to run it this way, but all that really happened now is this turned over like that. It's still running on the same lobe. We're hoping that's going to be okay.
Yeah, and if
we'll find out anyway.
Yeah, and if we wouldn't have done this oil wouldn't have fed to this.
Yeah, it wouldn't have fed through it. So.
Yeah, because it's a hole, but there's like a little notch in that hole.
It's timed as the cam pushes it up. It gives it a little squirt. It goes down on the. It gives it a squirt right when the lobe's coming up to it, and it gives it a squirt and gives it lubrication as the cam goes around. That's the whole theory of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah, and even if yeah, and you got to have this open. I mean, like when we worked on the Tiger, this was blocked off, and then that meant that this was never getting fed. Later years, they eliminated this somehow. We've talked about that before, I think. But you don't want to eliminate oil getting here, otherwise you're not gonna gain pressure by closing this or anything, or
no,
you know what I mean.
It goes through the oil pressure relief valve if you block it off. I mean, it's not you're not helping your motor any by blocking it off. And what we had done was purely accidental, because we didn't think we were blocking anything off.
Yeah, and all the effort we're going through to making this bike amazing. We don't want something stupid like this to be the whole thing and have to do it all over again, because it just starved, components. So I'm going to show you
I'll put some more cam lube on these, and we'll put it back together.
All right, so we have it tied off up here. It's ready to go back on. We probably won't. We won't show putting it back on, because we just showed all that in the last video. So it'll be the same exact process as that part 18 was, putting the cylinder onto the pistons. So I'm going to go over here to the manual here and show you the actual print in the manual talking about the exhaust tappet block and the exhaust tappets. So here's the manual and the segment on the exhaust tappets, and what we were just showing in the last segment there was the holes there lining up with the hole that's in the tappet block. They only, like he was saying, they only feed when these two come in contact with each other, when they line up, and then it's pressurized and fills up real fast, and it's only for a little window.
A little oil on the cam lobe.
Yeah, as soon as it's turning around. So holes go to the outside. That's what we need to be doing here. So we're going to put the holes to the outside here.
Yep.
And we're going to just knock this out, put it back together the way, so we're back to where we were at. So at this moment, we're working on rebuilding the rocker boxes. So that video will be right after this one, pretty much. So we're going to get this back on the bike and get ready for our next few steps, putting the head on. So anyways, I hope this clears up my mistake and our mistake in the last video, part 18. Anyways, we have a lot going on here and coming up. Just to say something, we're kind of busy and we're staying busy, which is a good thing. And so please stay in touch with our channel and look for more to come. And don't forget to subscribe. We really appreciate everything that all of our subscribers, our comments, and all their feedback, and we really want to help you guys all out. We're always here to help. So just leave a comment in the particular video that you're watching, and we'll get back to you relatively soon and try to respond the best we can. We always try to anyway. Or you can just drop us an email. We have an email for our channel, and our it's Jesse's Vintage Garage at yahoo.com. So there it is right there. I'll add this to the videos from here going on, just in case somebody doesn't see this video and sees it. But anyway, like I said, we have a lot of stuff planned out this winter, and we're going to plan to stay busy this whole winter in this garage. So example, we're going to try to really hard to finish up the 68 here, and hopefully we don't run into another conflict like this again. And we're going to move on to the 56 Harley. We're going to be working on that engine there and starting to put that together. It's ready, so it's pretty exciting. So stick around for the ride on this whole thing, and on all these rides that we got going on here, we're working on. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed everything, and we'll see you again soon.